What is going on, everybody? AHS Rules back again with another video. And we're here with another ROH TV review. And I'm going to special title this one in the beginning. I'm going to call this Double Upload Day Part 1. Because if you're watching this, I'm uploading this first. And then after this, Double Upload Day Part 2 will be my AEW Full Gear 2023 predictions. I don't like doing double uploads, but sometimes they're necessary. And in the case of this weekend, we've got a action-packed AEW pay-per-view to talk about. And as always, on Fridays are the ROH TV reviews. And I did contemplate, hey, I might delay this till Saturday. But, there's an important news update. And I was like, better not delay the people. So, you're getting a double upload. And this will more likely be the case next week because Survivor Series is next weekend as well. As always, again, I don't know. I might be speculating or overlooking. I don't know if there will be an ROH next week because it'll be Thanksgiving. So maybe there is, maybe there isn't. We shall see when the time comes. But y'all don't care about that right now. Y'all care about the 38th episode of Ring of Honor television. Here we go. The first matchup was Peter Avalon versus Trent Barretta, who was accompanied by Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander. Trent has the advantage in the ring, and then they go to the outside, and Avalon has the advantage once Trent runs into the guardrail. Trent gets the advantage once they're back in the ring, as Avalon was taunting on the second rope. Avalon kicks out of a running knee, and then soon follows that up with a tornado DDT and a crossbody. Avalon, it's a big tombstone piledriver that only gets a 2 count. Then Trent catches Avalon out of a dive to hit the strong 0 for the win, building up momentum as Trent Barretta will be facing Katsuyori Shibata next week for the Pure Championship. As I completely embarrass myself as, hey, there will be an ROH episode next week. On a holiday. I don't think that's a big deal. I'm trying to think, out of these 38 episodes, have we had a holiday version yet? I don't think so, so I guess that will be a first. Next matchup is the Outrunners versus Jacoby Watts and Sebastian Wolf, and I will not know these two men's name if Watts did not try cutting a promo prior to the match, which he introduces himself and Wolf, but the Outrunners attack both men, and this leads to them having a dominant performance, winning with a body slam into a neck breaker. Later on in the show, they have an interview, and pretty much they're just saying you will be seeing a lot more of the Outrunners in Ring of Honor. Next, we get Emi Sakura versus Kale. Shout out to Kale, meaning from Kenan and Kale. Shout out to this Kale as well, I guess. Kale tries to intimidate Sakura as she is very, very tall, especially comparing to Sakura, but it does not matter as Sakura locks her into a submission, then dominates the matchup, winning with a butterfly back breaker. Next matchup, I won't lie to you, this match hurt my head a little bit, as it was the Bollywood Boys versus Dalton Castle's boys, and the commentary team, Ian Riccaboni notes, hey, I struggle sometimes to point out which boy is which, and it is severely harder as now they wear masks, and Priest Coleman, who normally can depict which one is which, it made it harder for him because he couldn't. The main way he depicts which one is which is via their hair. So I won't lie to you, this match was a trip because I don't know who the hell the legal man was at any times. And I made sure to note, hey, the boys are wearing masks now. We don't know which one was which. But the Bollywood Boys keep Brent on their side of the ring for majority of the match. But the boys were able to win this matchup with a double Alabama slam. And now, the thing I've waited all week for, and I won't lie to you, I've definitely thought about this every day. That sounds so weird. Until today, in which once it happened, I'm like, oh yeah, that thing's today. The TV title. What the hell is happening with this Ring of Honor TV title? As we all know, Samoa Joe last week, after defeating Keith Lee and still being the longest reigning television champion in Ring of Honor history, vacated the title to focus on the AEW World Championship. And Tony Khan himself is here to reveal the announcement that the TV title will not be retiring. He didn't say this. A lot of people were speculating it, but the TV title is not retiring. and that a new TV champion will be crowned at Final Battle in a survival of the fittest match. If you don't know what survival of the fittest match is, it is a 6-man elimination matchup with the last man standing being the survival of the fittest. The last one to take place, I believe, was in 2021 with Bandito winning. We've had Tyler Black. I'm trying to think of like important winners in the past. We've had Tyler Black win it. We've had Adam Cole win it. We've had Chris Hero win it. I want to say Bryan Danielson won it. I might be speaking out of my ass. I think Bryan Danielson actually won the first one. I will double check that and put it in the comments if he did. So I want to make a note. I don't know. I'm not going to make a note of that. But Survival of the Fittest returns, and qualifying matchups to see who will be in this matchup will be happening over the upcoming weeks on Ring of Honor. So I'm very excited for this. I really like their bring. I don't want to say an older Ring of Honor type match back, because, like I said, the last one was in 2021. It wasn't that long ago. But I at least like that they're keeping the Ring of Honor lineage together. And then it adds a first matchup announced for Final Battle and something to look forward to for Final Battle. So I approve. The only thing that I have a problem with is Joe vacating to begin with. But, that's over and done with. Unless Joe somehow ends up in the Survival of the Fittest match and wins the title back, which I doubt that would happen. But we shall see. Next is Athena and Billy Starks versus the team of Brooke Havoc and Johnny Brownie. I won't lie to you. Her name went by very quick, and I did not feel like going back to look at what it was. But Athena and Johnny start the match off. Then Starks wants in, and she is more heated than normal. Maybe she is picking up on the teachings of Athena as she yells at the referee several times during the matchup, and this causes her to get distracted. But however, Athena tags back in to hit a despicable knee for the win, picking up the win for Athena and Billy Starks. And after the match, Athena and Billy Starks attack their opponents, which normally only Athena does, but now, like I said, Billy Starks is picking up on the teachings of Athena and attacked their opponents as well. Next, we get a backstage interview with Ethan Page, and he considers helping Serpentico picking up that victory last week against Tony Nese, a victory for himself. And then Tony Nese and Mark Sterling interrupt, saying they're going to get that match thrown out as he interrupted. And then Ethan Page is like, are you going to get like the match I had with Tony Nese thrown out? Or Josh Woods thrown out? Because of those distractions, that was not the case. But this does set up a rematch for next week. Ethan Page versus Tony Nese. With Tony Nese saying, hey, after this, we're done. We're done. So, a rematch. Hopefully, they are done after that. Next matchup is the Renegades, the Renegade Twins, the Renegade Sisters, versus Rachel Ellering and legit Layla Hirsch. Earlier in the show, the Renegades were interviewed, and they got triggered very easily, as Lexi Nair said that Layla Hirsch and Rachel Ellering were possibly establishing themselves as a tag team, and the Renegades are like, no. We are established as a tag team. We've literally been sisters and known each other for 23 years. That's established. And they might have beat us in singles competition, but tag team matchups, we run that. Which, to be fair, I don't know how many tag team matchups the Renegades have won during their time in Ring of Honor, but they did have a little help this time around as Maria Kanellis interrupts the interview to talk to the Renegade Sisters. What about? We don't know, because that was not on screen. Hirsch and Charlotte start the match off. Hirsch and Ellering have the advantage until Ellering gets raked in the eyes. And then she eventually gets the tag to Hirsch, who both of them end up hitting a uppercut leg sweep combo. And then the Renegades try to take the advantage once Hirsch is on the outside, but Ellering hits a roll-up to win the matchup for her team, as Hirsch is selling, or I don't know, she might have been potentially injured. She was sitting down on the ground, and Maria Kanellis is like, hey, I'm impressed with that. You want to talk? You want to be partners again? So we shall see where this relationship between not only Rachel Ellering and Layla Hirsch goes, but obviously where the relationship between Layla Hirsch and Maria Kanellis goes. Next, we get a backstage interview with Athena, Billy Starks, and Lexi Nair. And Athena is a little bit proud of both of them, mainly Billy Starks for finally listening to her. But the main message is that she's looking forward to Final Battle. Or she would be looking forward to Final Battle, but everyone is trash, so she does not know what the hell she will be doing yet. And she does address Starks and Legionary because they are MIT's minions in training. And at some point, they will need to step up and not be in MIT forever. So there was that. Next matchup, Marina Shafir versus Amira. Aside from some forearms from Amira, Shafir dominates, winning with a Darsh choke. Next matchup, a matchup I saw announced, and I'm like, oh my god, this is actually pretty nuts. Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal versus El Hijo del Vikingo and Komander. Anytime Vikingo and even Komander are on programming, which most of the time, I will admit, a lot of times Komander is kind of on both shows, but a lot of times that we see Vikingo, it is on ROH, so it's always a treat to see him, as Vikingo is the AAA Mega Champion, and Komander is the AAA Cruiserweight Champion. Prior to this matchup, however, Daniels and Sydal were interviewed earlier, and they are impressed by their opponents, but they've been in Ring of Honor for a very, very long time, and if they ever want to become tag team champions again, they need to pick up a victory. And as I always say, Daniels is on Ring of Honor a lot, but he always freaking loses, and I definitely hate that. But now we get to this matchup with Sydal and Vikingo starting the match. But quickly, the fans are on the side of Komander and Vikingo, especially after they hit a double 619 on Daniels. Daniels then targets the back of Komander, and you can tell that it is very damaged as he struggles a lot to kick out of pinfalls. Vikingo tags in, hitting a reverse Hurricane Rana on Matt Sydal. And then he tries to hit a springboard maneuver on Daniels, but is reversed into a reverse STO. Komander hits a shooting star press on Daniels and then follows that up with a dive onto Sydal. And then Vikingo hits a frog splash on Daniels to pick up the victory for his side. And as I said, Daniels struggles to get a victory still on ROH, and he struggled to do the Code of Honor. He didn't want to do the Code of Honor. He was very frustrated, but he did oblige, and eventually he did do the Code of Honor. And now we get to our main event, World Heavyweight Championship, Eddie Kingston versus Dalton Castle. Castle was interviewed very early in the show, and he says that he believes he will defeat Eddie Kingston because Eddie Kingston is not that good, and that he knows Eddie Kingston, and that Eddie Kingston is not that good. I probably should have ordered it that way. We get lots of attempts of mat wrestling in the beginning. Castle lands a stomp onto Kingston, which slows Kingston down. He later follows this up with headbutts and suplexes. He then attempts a bangarang, but Eddie fights back with a spinning back fist for a 2 count. He then picks him back up to hit a dragon suplex and 2 more spinning back fists as Eddie Kingston picks up the victory. Now, like I said, I did go through this match very quickly, but a great majority of this match, like I said, was a lot of the mat wrestling and Castle going outside the ring to try to avoid the mat wrestling. That was a lot of the early portion of the match, and then the second portion of the match was Castle having the advantage, and then Kingston having his comeback and then winning the matchup. Ending the show with Castle. He wanted Castle to shake his hand to dedicate this matchup to the late Brody Lee, who they both knew. And then the show ends with Eddie Kingston backstage. He is interviewed by Legionary, and he got back to the backstage. He wanted to chill because he's been defending the Ring of Honor World Championship a lot. He's been defending the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship a lot. But he is very tired of world champions not showing up to do their job, and that he's trying to show them how to do it, even though he's in pain and doing a lot during it. So, like I said, an important episode of Ring of Honor, as we got the announcement about the TV title. We got a great tag team matchup, and we did have a big-time world title match. And as I said, I was confused. Hey, are we going to get an episode next week because it's Thanksgiving? But, you know, I was wrong. We should be getting an episode next week, as Katsuyori Shibata versus Trent Beretta was announced for the Pure Championship. So, like I said, thank you for watching this video. Please check out my full gear predictions video that I'm uploading immediately after this. So, thank you for watching this. Like, subscribe, stay safe. I'll see you in the next video.